Hi, my name is Abdul Hamid. I'm from Syria and I have been in Canada for 2 years and 1 month.
Hello, my name is Kashish and I have been in Canada for 2 years and I'm from India.
My name is Ahmed. I am from Sudan. I have been here 1 year and 6 months.
Form theater is a form of interactive theater which was created in Brazil by Augusto Boal. Once the plays were created, he would allow the audience to come in and take the position of the actors and try to solve problems that were happening in the play in real time. This kind of theater allows us to create stories from the lives of the newcomer youth, of the refugee youth. And so we're really excited to allow them to have that voice and tell us about their challenges and their barriers to coming to Canada. For these workshops, the best way to start is to have a theme in mind. So ahead of time, we thought, what is a theme that connects both newcomers and Canadians? What is something that we all yearn for? And that is a real sense of belonging. So we had about 10 participants and they were from all over the world. It was a real interesting mix. Most of them were actually refugee youth, so it came with a unique experience around this issue of being a newcomer as a refugee in Canada.
What I liked most about volunteering with the project was just getting to work with the people, getting to hear their stories.
What I like the most about being in this project is acting and show your idea to other.
What I liked most about the theater project was the games we played and that everyone tried to speak English and tried their best.
One of the main challenges was language. And when the English level is quite low, it's really hard to explain such big concepts. However, it's amazing how creating images of these ideas, they were able to understand it right away. And when we started actually making images around issues around race or oppression, they were very fast to make those images because I know for a fact that they have experienced it in their own lives.
I didn't find the project difficult because I like theater and I done theater before, so it's easy and fun.
It was the most being difficult to show the people what are you doing and how to act very good.
As part of the project, we really wanted to let them tell their own story. So I didn't want to step in and try to direct their story or figure out where it was going, and their ideas were really wonderful.
The group decided the ideas for the plays by sitting in a circle and passing the magic ball, by playing games, and Larissa asked some questions too, which helped.
I chose to do this play because it happened to us before and to show the Canadian people what happened to us.
Creating a play for me is what you want to say, you can say it direct, but with your body or your another words, not like a conversation. It's like a movie. You see it, you feel it.
So some of the things that we worked on and some of the ideas that we worked with included some of the pressures that girls and women in hijabs get, and some of the very strange questions and very strange attitudes that people have. Another thing that we worked on was the types of experiences refugees have when they come to Canada. There's not one refugee story. There's a refugee story, there's an immigrant story for each and every person. One of the things that I found very eye-opening was the project about new Canadian students in schools. We sort of think as teachers that we know how they feel, and we sort of think, oh, we have empathy for them, but to really know and to really hear some of the stories they have and some of the things that they found really difficult, like what we consider to be helpful. Oh, you can only speak your own language in class, or you can only say one sentence in your own language per hour, or whatever rule we might put on, and just how hard that is for students who are very, very new to English or very new to Canada, and to need to sometimes just be able to ask a question in their own language to really understand a topic or subject matter.
To act for the first time, it was very hard and we feel very nervous about that, yeah.
Acting in this play was really fun and it was really interesting, and it was really easy for me too because I already know English and I have done it in India too very many times.
What this project has sparked for me in theater is I'd really like to explore being able to work with youth with topics that are more to their heart. A lot of times when you do an intro to theater project with youth, you want to keep it quite light, quite silly, and the trust, so that they can build trust that way and build experience that way. But this was really a way to get right in there and into the trust, into stories that they really wanted to get out, rather than kind of ideas that we just kind of put on them that we think they'll be fun. So I really want to explore that a bit more and have them be able to tell stories, have youth be able to really delve into the serious issues because they can do it. And this really showed just how well they can do that.
Belonging means to me to help other and be true with other and to be part of the Canadian culture.
Belonging means to me you be part of something. Like, even if you're different, but you know other stuff and you can share what you have. And this, the people will be part of you and you will be part of them.
The barriers to belonging that I saw in the workshop through the youth are racism, which we know very well about, and a misunderstanding about cultures. Also the fear of asking questions directly, and insinuation, prejudice, that kind of thing. A major barrier to belonging is not wanting to work together. I hope that this workshop has helped the youth name some of these barriers to belonging, some of the feelings that they feel around it. And I hope with that understanding and with those names, they can work to improve the conditions for newcomers in Canada. They can improve the lives of refugees in Canada. And because the world is far, far from not having wars, so I really hope that for the new refugees that come, the youth here will have made a better place in Canada for them when they do arrive. I think if we were to do this workshop again, I would really like to include Canadians in the workshop. I think there's a lot of exchange that can happen during that process, and they could learn a lot from each other about what belonging means to each one of them, and how they can help each other feel like they belong here in Canada in their new home. Also, another interesting perspective would also be to include Canadian First Nations into the process also, because they also, deal with a lot of barriers to belonging, in their own country. So I think having those three perspectives would be quite strong. The workshop was for 8 weeks, and during those 2 months, their English improved quite a lot, and it was really great to see that they could express themselves more and more. The main success was the sense of confidence and willingness of these youth who had very low English, who had never done theater before. Some of them didn't even know what theater was or had never even gone to see a play. And for them to get to creating a play but also performing it, for them was a real big deal. And being in front of the camera for the first time and all of that, I think that was a huge success for them to know that they can do that they have a voice and they can speak in front of audiences, in front of the camera, and that people are interested in hearing about what they have to say.
This project was really interesting, and if it happens again in the future, I would take it again. It was a nice experience for everyone, I think, and we learned a lot of new things.
Yeah, I would like to say for everyone help us, Larissa, Vanessa, everyone, thank you very much. And I want this project will be for our brothers and sisters to know more about theater.